Hey, Carrie.
Hey, Carla.
So what's today?
Today is day 3, June 23. Ooh, I didn't know
that's
that
handy.
corresponded.
It was really handy.
That's nice
because,
until we hit July.
I was thinking like on the 5th, 7th, 10th day I was going to get very confused. So what have you done today?
Well, we went around the Rome Forum inside of it. We went inside the Coliseum. We went inside the Maritime prison. Is that how you say that?
Mamertine.
Mamertine.
So we woke up really early this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
Totally
It was
worth it.
cool outside and it wasn't super crowded.
This is what way I want to see Rome.
Yeah. The rest of the day.
At 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll take a nap.
Yeah.
And I will just see it in the morning.
She did take a nap too.
I did. So we walked around early in the morning and saw the Mamertine prison, but we walked around before then I don't really remember what we saw.
Well, we kind of saw what we saw when we gave our self-guided tour when we came in.
We
on
saw the
Friday.
different forums, so it's this thing that if you're an emperor, you need your own forum, which is essentially a square, a shopping center square.
Yeah, but then they would make...
Then they'd make a new one right next to it.
Yeah, because it was
because
the
there's
next
a new
guy.
emperor.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of forums, which are squares of shopping centers. That was pretty much what we saw this morning.
Yeah. And then we went into the prison where Peter and Paul were
Mamertine.
traditionally together. Traditionally, they died on the same day.
Yeah, so who knew that they were in the same prison at the same time? Because I did not, and that was not in the study guide. The study guide had us studying Paul in Mamertine prison, nothing about Peter.
Emphasis-
mentioned it briefly.
Emphasis on tradition says.
Yeah, but even we talked to Laurel, and she made it sound like there's no other... They don't have any reason
They died in
to
the same
believe
year.
that they were not in the same prison, so they could have been. But
Yeah.
we went down in the prison, and there's a hole that everybody goes inside of.
Like this big.
There's going to be a picture of that.
Oh, you're right. Picture.
And then inside, it was just really small, and the only way to get in and out is through that hole. Kind of like it's a manhole, like we're used to manholes, without a manhole lid.
And the room I should have taken a video of.
Very small.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Food and water went in, nothing came out, so it would not have smelled great.
And then we went.
There's a group.
Then we went out and
We walked through the forum, so it's
got
starting to
a
get really hot.
tour guide, and walked through the Roman Forum, and got to walk around there. It was very nice.
So the Arch of Titus, the guy that came through in AD 70 and wiped out Jerusalem.
And brought back the candlesticks from Solomon's temple, and
They're carved in the
them
stone.
in the stone. So we're here at the catacombs, which we'll tell you about later after we tell you about the Colosseum, but our tour is lining up, so we're gonna go. Bye!
So then we went to the Colosseum, and your thoughts on that?
It was really cool because we've been walking like all around it and I finally got to go in it, and man, there was a crowd. It was a line to get in, and we've walked around it and not seen like tons of crowds, so that was kind of interesting. Took a long time to get in, and it was just a really big building. And she was saying, our tour guide, so we had a lady tour guide because Dante can't do the tour in the Colosseum
For a
anymore. He might tell people the truth or something. And
He's not Catholic, I think, is the issue.
yeah, it's probably the issue. It was... So the tour guide, was saying that if we took the technology that we know today, we could not build it in 10 years. And they believed that they built it in 10 years.
Or 8.
Or, yeah, less than 10 years.
Yeah.
So just with and so it was just like, wow, like technology back in the day was not necessarily less than what we have now. It was just different, and they still built lots of buildings, and their buildings still stand.
Yeah.
Unlike most of ours.
Even after a lot of pillaging and stuff. Because...
tons of pillaging. Because all the marble seats are gone, and then even like the pins inside the bricks, the metal, like it's taken out, and they just pillaged it. And the Colosseum was like, we mostly think of it for like gladiators and fights and like those kind of things, sports and games and martyrs, which they won't tell you. Well, yeah,
She did.
She did tell us. Yeah,
She did.
But then afterwards, like, it was a stable, and then it was the trash, and then it was
Yeah.
a prostitute house, and then it
Yes.
was, like, I mean, it was just everything. And it's a really big building. Like, it's really big, but then it's not. Like, yeah, it was kind of weird and surreal to me because I always thought, like, wow, this place is so huge
Yeah.
from the pictures. And then I was in it, and I was just like, it's not small, but it's not, like, Lucas Oil is way bigger. The Georgia Dome is way bigger.
I think
The stadium, like, the playing field is much
Yeah.
smaller than
yes.
football fields, for sure.
But I think it would feel a lot bigger if it was
Used.
full the way that it was intended to be full. And
Yeah.
it's also literally like half the size that it was supposed to be because a bunch of it's knocked down.
Well, this way, but, like, you
Right.
can walk all
Right.
we walked all the way around it, so.
Right. So
Yeah, it should have been taller,
Yeah.
but
But I think it would feel a lot fuller
with all the people in
with
it.
all the people in it.
Yeah.
Instead of just one pathway around the first floor and one pathway around the
Seats
second
and
floor.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, it
Yeah.
wouldn't seat people today. And they limit it to 3,000 people at a time.
Which was very
Which was
comfortable
very
once you're
nice.
in there.
Yes,
it was
very
not,
nice.
it wasn't actually, wow, I wonder how many people that sat then.
A lot of people.
Anyways, we were a little hot at that time.
We were very hot. So our tour guide walked us through these different places, and then we ended at the Coliseum, and then they left us for lunch. And Carrie and I were going to take this lady with us because we didn't want her to be by herself. And we were like, she has to go to the bathroom. Well, she was going to the bathroom.
She was asking where the bathroom
And she was asking where it was. And so we're like, well, we'll go with her so she's not by herself. And then she's like, I just really wanted to do my hair. So she did her hair in line, and then she left, and we're just like,
Do we go to the bathroom?
I mean, I guess let's go to the bathroom now because we're halfway through line, and we don't want her to think that we just felt sorry for her. Not that we feel sorry for her. She's just a really nice lady, and she's traveling by herself. And if I was her, I wouldn't want to be by myself. So, and I believe that is how she thinks too from previous experiences. Anyways, we went to the bathroom, and then we went to lunch, and we did a decent job finding our way from the Coliseum back to our hotel from our previous walks.
Yes. Carla navigated very well. And the toilets, this is not a shock to those of you that have traveled in Europe before, do not have toilet seats.
They did not. Today was the first day with toilets without toilet seats. A couple times.
Yeah, so it's just like, think about the toilet at home,
Without a
minus the
toilet
toilet seat.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
And I'm not, yep,
hey, but you know what? Less to clean. You don't have to clean between the toilet seat
Yep.
and the toilet.
there's
So-
no lid for people to forget to put down.
Exactly. So we had lunch. We got gelato, and it was delicious.
It was so good.
And then we came back. We had half an hour to take a nap.
So she napped.
I napped and Carrie didn't. I don't know what's wrong with Carrie. She's not all into sleeping like I am. And then we went to the catacombs. So we got on our bus and went to the catacombs. And they do not allow pictures in the catacombs. And so that was unfortunate. So sorry.
Yeah, it was really
no
disappointing.
pictures. But it was nice and cool down in
was.
the catacombs. And it's just like the pictures that you've seen. So go search it if you want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Look at catacombs. There was
No bones.
16 popes that have been buried in the catacombs that we went to today. And yeah, so famous people. But there was no criteria besides being dead to be put in this catacombs. And our
Yeah.
tour guide said that the Christians say that martyrs used to escape persecution down here, but
That's
is not
just a
true.
story.
And we did not argue with him.
No,
and
we did not. We followed the directions and did not
yeah,
argue.
we never really did debrief with the group after the catacombs.
No.
And then we went to St. Paul outside the wall because I guess there's a St. Paul inside the wall. And it is the second largest basilica. I'm assuming in the world, but definitely in Rome.
And they said it was like the most accurate basilica.
Yeah, so it's the most ancient basilica. Or
Accurate for how they used to be.
right, for what basilicas really are.
So it burned in like the 1600s, I think.
I have no idea.
Something like that. And but there were so many drawings and paintings of it that they were able to accurately reconstruct it.
And bigger. They reconstructed it, but bigger. And
Yeah,
it was
that's
really big. It was really, really big.
It was
It's
really big. There's
probably the biggest cathedral I've been to. Basilica, Cathedral. I don't know if those are the same thing. I kind of associate them. But yeah, this one was fully functioning, fully decorated.
Yes. Confessionals with people in
They
them.
were, and they had little lights being like,
yes. Red, busy,
women
don't go in.
used.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
they're like kneeling at the thing.
Yeah. And they had mass going on when we were in there. And I did not count, but I think that there were between 20 and 40 people in attendance.
About 15 people leading out in it.
Yeah. And like huge and super, glitzy seems like a very disrespectful word to use, but yeah.
It was just very like it was
Extremely high ceilings, extremely beautiful.
formal. This ceremony was just very formal.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the word I was going for.
Aren't all Catholic ceremonies formal?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. Most of all the ones I've been to have been formal. So yeah. Very beautiful. So they have all of the popes since Peter on the wall. Pictures of them. They're a little
Paintings.
round, and there are 6 spots left. And tradition says that when they run out of spots for popes, the end of the world will come. So we've got 6 more popes, guys.
Yep. So
There you go.
there's your time prophecy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know how they decided. Anyways, there's a lot of them up there. Over 200 popes are on the wall, and this is how they claim that they have had continuous
Yeah.
governance, popery since the beginning of the Christian church. So, there you go. Hey, Carrie, where are we?
We are at the Church of the Pot of Oil.
St. John and Oil or something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that. And it's that size.
It's really little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that all the way around. It's like an octagon. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sun's shining. We're in the shade. Kind of.
we got a key, so we went inside, and apparently this is the site.
Where he was put in a pot of oil.
Yes, and there's a where of that. Actually, there's a lot of different pictures in there of like the Revelation and different
things about
his
John.
life. Yeah.
But Laurel has the key.
Yes.
Pays
could
to
name
know.
her Peter.
We could name her Peter. Pays to know someone with a key. So that was what we did today. And the problem that I
Carla's
have...
upset because I have shorter legs than she does.
Yeah, so it looks like she went so much farther than I did. And really, we've gone about the same now. So we decided to average it to 12,000 steps. So really not that bad. I decided it's
Which
not
is like
the
5 miles, by the
walking.
way.
It's not walking that bothers me. It's standing. I just don't like standing. I can walk and walk and walk, but standing
Oh, I should have taken
is
pictures of everywhere you
hard.
sat down today.
You could have had a lot of pictures. We could have our own little vlog about Carla sitting. And then I sat at this one place, and the tour guide's like, "No, move over, move over." And I'm like, "People can walk around me."
She was counting us.
She was counting, and she counted me and didn't want to do that.
A few stresses today of how many people we actually had in our
The
group.
tour guide is very Italian. Our Italian tour guide, yeah, her. She's very Italian, and I decided that, you know what? I'm not in charge. None of this is my responsibility. I am here, and that is all. And I'm cutting the responsibility there. I'm on vacation. I don't have to account for any of it, and I don't need to worry about it. And so I would take my ear things out, and I just wouldn't listen. And I would say, you know what?
Take my ear things out too.
I would take Carrie's out too, because she was stressing about it, which was stressing
was
me
not.
out. There she was. And so therefore she couldn't get to listen either, because I'm on vacation. And so is she, but for some reason she doesn't realize that. I don't know. Anyways, so that was the end of our day.